Hello everyone, and welcome to the Elite Encounters update. The 29th of June. I've just realised I've not changed the date on the bottom of my presentation screen there, so I apologise for that. It should say 29th of June. Okay, sorry for being a little bit late. There's been a few technical problems with the OBS today. It looks like the server I was trying to connect to is not wanting to connect at all. So I won't be connecting to it, basically. So without further ado, let's go with it. So, as you've probably seen if you've had a look at the contents list on the agenda on the update this week, there's only one item on there. What did I get done this week? That's because, I'll warn you now, you're not going to like this, it has not been a great week productivity wise for the RPG. I shall go into that. I won't spoil the surprise. I'll go into that as I go through the presentation. So what did I get done this week? Naffle, zilch, nada, bupkis, null, big fat nothing. Yeah. Why nothing? You would not believe the week I've had. The start of the week, the stream started off on Monday after I did this update, which was enough bother trying to get it working. Again, as of same kind of similar thing as today, but the main update thing, the main stream wouldn't work at all. So the sort of gaming stream wouldn't work at all. I couldn't work out why at one point. OBS lost all of its settings, and that was the start of the week. So as we go through the week, Monday update was buggered by the gaming PC losing all of its settings, which wasn't a brilliant thing. Tuesday was the start of involvement in my son's birthday. It's his 16th birthday this week, so there was a little bit more priority put on the birthday thing than was put on the RPG this week. Now this is one of the things about doing a weekly update thing that I was concerned about, is that if I was doing a monthly update and had a bad week, I could swallow that up with the rest of the month being better. So, sorry, I'm in the background. I'm trying to sort out other things on the other computer as well, because I'm still working on things at the moment. So I'll be kind of periodically with you. So I'm just hoping that the chat window will work on the other screen for the moment, because everything's gone tits up today. Tuesday, yeah. So finished work, picked up my wife, and we went to the shops, and we spent most of the evening trying to sort out the plans for the next day. We had to buy stuff and then wrap stuff and then make sure that stuff was organised for the following day. Oh god, now the phone's going off, having considerate more emails. And so that took us into Wednesday, so we didn't get finished that until about 1 in the morning again. Wednesday was my son's birthday, so as I'm sure those of you with families, and perhaps those of you without families, will understand, the priority was the birthday. So we came back from work, picked up everyone, and we went to my daughter's house for my son's birthday party, and that took us till 11 PM. And when I got back home, surprise surprise, I went to bed because I was working the next day and I was tired. So it wouldn't have been a lot of point in getting started working at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night anyway, because it just wouldn't have done. So everything had been pushed towards the end of the week. So Thursday, Friday, and then hopefully the weekend were going to be time I could get a lot of stuff done. Now this would be the run up to LaveCon, is this week and next week. So I was hoping to get quite a lot done this weekend. So Thursday, got back in from work, did the usual stuff, sorted out everyone's tea, made sure everyone was okay, came upstairs to the office, started doing some work, and then bam, I lost about 45 minutes worth of work. Luckily I didn't lose anything major, and I managed to get most of it back, and then got back into it again, and again, bam, it did it again. Yeah, so that wasn't great. Now I'd been using Windows 10, which, given previous pre-release versions at this stage of Windows release schedules, has been fairly stable, but this has been the least stable of any Windows version lead up to release that I've seen. So I binned that at this point, and decided right after, because I'd done it a few times before, it crashed before, I didn't think anything of it because I hadn't lost anything, and it was usually followed by a few days of being able to work on it, and there wasn't a lot of work left on it. Hadn't been long since the previous crash when I started working on it Thursday night and then lost work, and I thought right at that point, if I'm starting to lose work, it's time to reinstall a version of Windows that works. So getting it all working again, had a few problems with it on the way through that I didn't think anything of, thinking maybe just leftovers from maybe the hard drive not being particularly happy. So I did a full format of the hard drive. So this is going to be a slightly techie, geeky, computery update today because there's not a lot of RPG stuff in it, I'm afraid. So if you want a TLDR summary at this stage, I will say not a lot of work got done on the RPG through the entire week, and the rest of it is going to tell you why. Okay, now I've got that, we'll wait for them to go and then carry on with the rest of this update. So by the time I actually got Windows reinstalled, it was 1 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, well, Friday morning technically at that point, so I went to bed. Next day I came in from work on Friday. This was going to be my big amount of work to get done night. Booted up to the control installation, got into Windows, connected to the Wi-Fi, and then this happened. Now this is a screenshot from, this isn't my own photograph, this is taken from someone else's website, and I'm sorry, in the rush to do all this I didn't actually realise what was, I didn't actually take down the guy's address that posted this picture, but it's the same picture that I had. Thermal shutdown. So essentially the reason that I was having some problems could have been the fact that the notebook PC was overheating and crashing out. Quickly say hello to everyone who's just in there and chat. Hello. So yeah, that was what happened when I got Windows 8 back on. That was Friday. Was then spent trying to work out how I can stop the thing from overheating. Now I will say the issue I've got at the moment is summer's coming. This office is very, very badly ventilated. I'm sitting here at the moment. I'm missing the colon in the game title. Oh, never mind. I'm doing the Elite Encounters update. Don't talk to me during the Elite Encounters update. You should know that by now. Damn chat people. Yeah. So, trying to actually work out how it was overheating, I ended up putting fans and stuff on. So this is what I did. I left it off for about half an hour after that, rebooted it, and it crashed. So I put fans all over the office, rebooted it again after a while, but it was a little bit cooler at that point, and it crashed. So then I put it in the machine gods, then I rebooted it, and it crashed. So it was midnight by that point. I gave up and went to bed. By that point, essentially what had happened was I had tried to clean the fan system out as much as I could, cleared away as much dust and debris and whatever gunk was cluttered up all over the fan intakes, which wasn't all that much. So then in my head I'm thinking, well, it's obviously inside, it's inside the fan mechanism, and I've had this issue before, but what I actually managed to do was run the hoover over it and sucked it all out and got it cleaned. No, I didn't hoover it. What I did was I used one of those spray things, those spray cans of compressed air, and tried to push it out that way, which did work because a big cloud of crap came out of it, and it did work better after that for a while, and that was about a year ago. But I don't have one of them at the moment because the one I did have to do that kind of thing with was very crap. £7 from Maplin's, and it was the worst thing I've ever used in my entire life because it just blew cold liquid into the computer, so I decided I wasn't going to use that anymore. So yeah, I thought that what I'm going to have to do is try and hoover out what I can get out of the vents, but I wasn't going to do that at midnight. So this is what happened. This is what I spent Saturday doing. I stripped the computer down to its bare bones and got down. That's about half disassembled at that point, and tried to get down to the fan mechanism and clear it out completely. I did that, and it didn't work. Built it all up again, got it all working again, tried to put it in, and I got the same crap again. It's still overheating, even with fans on it and all that sort of stuff, so there's something seriously wrong with that computer. So, buggered. So that was Saturday. Saturday evening was particularly bad. No, I've done that again, haven't I? So, no productivity computer. Can I use the games computer for working? This is what a few of you are probably going to be asking. The games computer is a whole different setup. So, the laptop is a high definition screen. The gaming machine is connected to a 32-inch television at the moment, which is awesome for gaming, which is great because everything looks fantastic on it because it's moving around. Bad for text. What happens on text on a 32-inch television is if you look at text for too long on a 32-inch television, you end up with a headache and bloody sore eyes. So, no, my gaming machine is not the best thing to use for typing text and reading text on for longer than a couple of minutes. It also causes a weird sort of motion sickness for me as well, so that's not great either. So I decided I wasn't going to do that. So you're probably wondering how I managed to do an update and all that kind of stuff. Well, someone came to save the day. Ta-da! Mrs. Selezen, the lovely wife of mine, appeared and offered a solution, which I hadn't thought of and I hadn't even contemplated would be possible, actually. Yes, but fear her, for she has powerful friends. Yes. Yeah, so what she's done is she's actually said that I could use her laptop. It was not an easy decision to make because obviously her laptop's important for her as well, but she admits that she doesn't use it as much as she should. She generally tends to use her phone for most of the things that she does online, even though I keep telling her laptop needs to be the primary thing to use. But she's sacrificed that so that I can continue to work for the time being until we can get some kind of solution to the sick laptop problem. And I don't actually know what that is. I'm looking at the fact I may have to actually replace the entire fan and heatsink assembly inside, which I'm not looking forward to be honest with you. So I swapped over a hard drive because I was saying I wasn't really. It was a matter of getting all the files and stuff across from my hard drive as well, which caused a lot of problems. But she actually suggested this. Maybe in the techie guy, she suggested that I swap the hard drives over. Pardon me. So at the moment, her hard drive is snuggled up on my laptop, and my hard drive is quite happily churning away and showing me who's on chat, saying silly things and waving their arms at each other. So, Saturday evening, once we got all that sorted out, was spent finishing off the reinstall of Windows 8 on the new laptop, and all the software that I needed, and of course all the Windows updates needed to go on, so work could be done, including getting this update ready. And Sunday I lost because it was the last event of my son's birthday. It was a kind of last minute idea to do it, but I think half of it was down to the fact that the reason I've sort of decided it was okay to go to this was that after the week of hell that I've had and the week of dying computers and all this sort of shit, I felt I could do with a day off. So we decided to go to the National Space Centre for the 10th return of the Garrison Star Wars show, which is where that photo of Mrs. Selezen and her important friends was taken. And I managed to write this update at last. So this week almost nothing's been done in the book. I'm shattered. I'm not feeling very well. I've actually been off work today because I am ill as well, which is not the best thing ever. I'm not going to go into how because it's quite disgusting. Just let's say that I got halfway down the street to go to work and the biggest stomach cramp I've ever had in my life, or at least that's how it felt, hit me and I had to go home and didn't get to work today at all. So I'm kind of struggling at the moment, and I'm not entirely sure how long the stream after this is going to last before I have to log off. But I'm going to give it as much of a go as I can, because it's only an hour, maybe two from tops, and I'm feeling okay at the moment. Not great, but okay. So a hectic week, a busy one. I expected it to be busy in the first half, but I had expected to be able to make up the second half, and over the weekend as well. But it's just one thing after another, and it's not happened. So all I can do is apologise for it, essentially, people. I can't actually shoulder the blame for it myself. I blame the machine gods, or perhaps I blame myself for being one of these people that leaves his computer on more often than he possibly should, especially when it's coming into summer and this office just seems to get warmer and warmer every day. So feedback and questions. I've not had any communications during this week. I've had some positive comments on the frequently asked questions list that was put out the other week and on last week's thing. So no major issues to answer today. So I can't really give you much of an update as to what else has happened in the RPG, because as I say, nothing else has happened. I've written some total of something like 5 paragraphs of text going down into the thing, and I've changed going down into the ship stuff, and I've made a few changes to the vehicle record sheet. That's essentially it. So again, apologies for the lack of progress this week, but hopefully I can get my head down next week and get a bit more done. So the next update will be on the 6th of July, and that will be the last update before LaveCon. LaveCon will hopefully be, I'm hoping to get beta/gamma, whatever you want to call it, beta 5 at this point, copies of the rules out to the people who volunteered to GM some sessions at LaveCon. So there'll be lots of guys, hopefully 3 or 4 people who will be running games at that convention. So if you are not already signed up to it, or you are interested to go and have a look at the game as it stands at the moment, then you are welcome to come along. You can get tickets from laveradio.com, and you can inquire. It's a decent convention. I mean, it's pricey because it's a big convention. There's a lot happening there. A lot of people are going to be there. A lot of cosplaying and techie stuff and elite stuff and gaming stuff, because some of the people that run Lave Radio are very committed role players and live role players, so there's a lot of role playing focus on it as well. So if you're a role playing fan or an elite fan or both, then you will have a great time there, I guarantee it. I've been there the last 2 years, even the first year, but it was just an impromptu thing that they threw together because they were swapping a hard drive over, and even that was just threw together at the last minute. It was loads of fun. Last year's one was far more organised and was brilliant. It was great. So if you're a role playing fan or you're an elite fan, get to it if you can. You'll have a great time. Yeah, bigging it up big time, innit? Okay, so again, as I said, Monday 6th of July is when the next stream will be, 8 o'clock PM as usual, UK time, remember, and it'll be at the start of the regular stream as always. If you want anything included in that broadcast, then submit it by 6 PM next Monday. All of the contact things are there on the screen and have been for a while, so if you haven't read them yet, then you're a very slow reader or you're dyslexic. If you are dyslexic, then let me know, and in the next update I will actually say them out loud. In fact, you know what, I'll do it now. http://daftworks, that's daftworks.co.uk/eliteRPG is the website for the role-playing game. My Twitter account is hdselezen, that's SELEZEN, and my email address is something I'm not going to say out loud because something might grab it and then send me spam. Facebook, you can look for Daftworks UK. My Twitch address is twitch.tv/Selezen, and you can find me on YouTube, which is where this video will be uploaded to at the end of this evening. youtube.com/HughesD73, that's HUGHESD73. And if you want to add me on Skype, which I don't use very often, then it's HDSelezen again, same as Twitter. I've also started using that Periscope thing recently, and that's tied to my Twitter account apparently. I did a Periscope broadcast during the whole disassembly of the computer on Saturday to show everyone what was going on, but I didn't realise at that time what you had to do to make it go onto YouTube, which was not automatic. You have to record it onto your phone and then use it from your phone, send it from your phone to YouTube. So didn't happen. Sorry. So that's essentially it, dudes. Not a lot else I can say to that. Hopefully we'll have a more productive week this coming week, and we'll get some more stuff done. And yeah, that's it really. I've run out of stuff to say. I'm just going to go now and try and be a little bit less ill for the longer stream that's going to come up soon. So thank you again, chaps, and take care of yourselves.